Thank you for choosing Sundays at the Square. I am your host, Toni Ringgold. Today I have some wonderful guests with me, as usual. I have somebody that's been here before. His name is Mr. Matt Addison. I'm going to let him introduce himself real quick. Go ahead. Let the people know who you are.
Sunday was going down. It's Coach Matt, a.k.a. Killeen's finest. I brought 3 of my wonderful players from Pro League Dream Nation. Turn up, Dream. Hey. So I got Benny. He's a sophomore at Addison High School. I got Lil Quay. He's a sophomore at Shoemaker High School. And I got Trent, who's a freshman at Harker Heights High School, transferring now to Addison High School. So we over here trying to do positive things in the community, show the cities and the surrounding cities that we do have talent around here. And we just trying to make an impact around the city and just show everybody that, hey, we can make big things happen around the area. And Toni, thank you for having us here.
Listen, I'm so glad that you are here. Usually I do a whole little introduction, but I feel like today's going to be a great interview, so I just want to hop right in. So, Matt, tell the world a little bit about your story. Like, who are you and why do you do basketball?
Who I am? Well, you know, I'm a represent Killeen, Texas. I am the best point guard to ever come through Killeen, Texas.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I can't say that?
Did he say the best?
The best that ever came. You can't. There's not one PG that came through Killeen that's ever been the #1 point guard in the nation. And that was me.
Wait, hold on. So wait.
Matt Addison.
What does that mean, #1 point guard
#1,
in the nation?
It don't mean #2. It don't mean number 3.
Listen, but by rank by where? Because, you know, see me, I don't know much about sports. So, like, when you say that, what do you mean? Like,
that was in college. So in 2012, I was at Addison University, and I was number 3rd in the nation in scoring, averaging 29 points per game, #1 in the nation in steals, which was 4. And then overall, I helped my team, you know, get to where they never been before. So as rankings, they ranked us like that. And the year before that, I was on the USA.
Like, do they go by divisions and stuff?
Well,
like that?
You could do that. They go D1, D2, D3, but in Division 3, I was #1 point guard in the nation.
That's what's up.
But overall, I was a number 2 point guard in the nation in D1, D2, and D3.
All put together.
Yeah, under Kimber Walker.
Whoa! So that's what's up. Okay. So you gonna claim that title that you are the best point guard that ever came through?
No,
just based on stats alone.
Not even that. My work ethic. You know, I'm a gym rat. See, I work so hard when I was in high school. You know that feeling you get in the middle of the night when you gotta eat or you gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah.
I got that feeling with basketball, and I just had to go find a gym. And I was people around like these OGs in the city. They look at me. They don't even know my name. They just be like, "Hey, that's the kid who sneak in the gym." I used to sneak in the gym 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to work hard. I knew at a young age, at 11, 12, that I really needed to dedicate myself to this game.
So let's pause for a second. Let's talk about that work ethic. Like when you have a work ethic, how do you build that, and what is it like with your team members? Is it something that has to be taught, or is it something that already has to be within you?
Both, in my opinion, both. I mean, it has to be in you and it has to be taught. Because some people can have the drive and have the work ethic, but they don't have the right guidance or the direction to go. You know what I feel about this generation right now. I'm just gonna keep it 100. And I said it with the article I just had. There's no discipline here.
Right, I agree with that.
You agree with that? Yeah. So I mean, I just feel like with the proper guidance, you know, such as myself. I mean, you can't. There's not another coach out here who's not only played and coached at a professional level, and that I mean, I was at the position that they want to be in, so I can really show them the way. But it's more than just saying, hey, go to school, hey, do right in the classroom, or do right on the court. You got to show them how to really work hard in both areas. You know what I'm saying? So them are the type of qualities and characteristics I'm trying to install in them.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, okay, so let's go back to your story. So you were #1 in the nation.
#1,
right?
#2.
Best point guard comes straight up out of
the nation.
Out of Killeen.
In Killeen, yup.
And
then I went to Poland.
Okay, so wait, let's pause right there. Why not the NBA?
I did.
Okay.
Here's a story a lot of people don't know. I was at a training camp. Well, actually, I did a couple of workouts. I did one with the Memphis Grizzlies and the Denver Nuggets. Okay. Embarrassing to say, there was no pickup. Okay, and don't nobody really know that because it's embarrassing to say.
Right.
Okay, and then with the Dallas Mavericks, you know, I had a workout. I actually had 2 where I had two with the NBA D League, and one was a private one. One was a whole one, and one was the Dallas Mavericks. And I got kicked out the second day. Dude kicking the ball.
They kicked you out because you kicked the ball. They say you had a bad attitude.
That's the
quick.
That's the reputation I got. That's the reputation I got. Not only here in the States but in Europe. That's why I can't ever go back to Europe. I can go back to Europe to travel, but I can't ever go back to play.
Okay, so let's pause right there, because see that right there is a big thing in and of itself. Your attitude got to be on point too.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Because if not, like I tell these people, like I'm a vocal coach, so I'm a coach, but differently. I teach music, and one of the things that I tell my singers and my, all my entertainers that come through there is that this is the thing about Hollywood. Hollywood will take somebody that's not that great, but that has the right attitude, and they will put them on before they put somebody that has an incredible amount of talent and got a bad attitude. So I know that that's something that you probably are instilling into your team as well.
Well, one of the things I tell them is do as I say, not as I do, because I can become a very impulsive coach. I mean, not to a way where I'm hurting their feelings in a bad way, but it's tough love. I'm very I'm very militant, and I have a military mind, and I'm a firm believer in breaking them down and building them back up.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I do. And the first couple of months, if you can get through that, then we good.
Yeah.
Then we good.
That's what's up. Okay, so you went to the NBA.
Sit up straight, baby.
Then you went you went to the NBA, and then for the whatever, and that didn't work out. Then you went to Europe. How did you get over to Europe?
Agent.
Agent. Okay. And how long did you play over there?
It was like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah? Did you like it?
No.
Really?
I didn't like it.
Why?
No.
What was wrong with it?
Bunch of racist people.
Racist people. I like that.
There was only 3 black people in the whole city, and they were on the basketball team.
And they treated y'all differently?
They did. Well, you know what? They're in Europe. They're big on football, soccer.
Soccer, they call it football.
Football, whatever.
Yeah,
they big on that. But if you win, if your team winning, they love you. Losing, they hate you. They want you out the country. They want you out. They don't want you on the team. So
you good for if you ain't winning, basically.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the reason why they kicked me out, because I got in a fight with a resident there because he called me a nigger.
Whoa.
Yeah, he did. And we lost the game. And actually, it was this dude named Xavier Alexander. What's up, X? He played in the D League too, but he was just all up on his neck after the game. Whoop whoop. And I said, "Hey, dude, back up." And he said, "Nigga," I said, "Bop bop bop," and he seized it off.
He seized?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. See, we can't do that, kids.
Can't do that.
Can't do that, kids.
But they call you
Yeah, and let me explain something to you too. And this is the thing, I'm learning with self-control, because when
do you have self-control, Toni?
I do. I'm learning it. I used to be off the chain, but I'm better now. But what I'm learning about situations like that is the reason why somebody is saying those things to you is because they want to get a reaction out of you,
and they'll get it,
and they want you to F yourself up. And I'm saying F because I can't really say the word, but they want you to basically make it where you're not going to be able to accomplish what it is that you need to accomplish.
Yeah.
And so it's important to, in those situations when you feel that anger coming up, to kind of think about, okay, but what is going to be the long-term effect of this if I choose to go and pop off? Yeah, it might feel good knocking this person out, but then what am I going to get after that? What's going to be the overall?
It never feels good to knock somebody out. Never. Not to me.
Okay, that's you. So what I'm saying is, in that moment, for some people, for my listeners, whatever it is, the reaction may be gratifying for just a moment, but at the end of the day, what's it going to be? What is going to be the overall, consequence? So your consequence basically was having to come back.
Yeah, I had to come back.
And so then, okay, so what was going through your mind? You was like, okay, the NBA didn't work out. Now I went over here to Europe. This ain't working out. Did you go through a period of frustration, or what did you do to get yourself back together to be where you are today?
Where, at the time, my agent really, he kept my nerves good because he promised me he was going to get me somewhere, which he didn't. So I had to find my way to Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico, which is a top league. It's a real good league out there.
Ooh, what was that like?
It was cool.
How long did you play out there?
It wasn't that long either.
Okay.
But it was real nice out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember seeing something maybe a couple of years ago about going to Mexico or something.
Yeah. So after Puerto Rico, ended up going to Colombia. They promised me a certain amount of money. As soon as I got there, they reneged, so I left. So I reneged too. So I ended up going.
Get your money right.
I ended up going to Mexico. And Mexico was a good experience, man. I mean, it's a mediocre league. It ain't the best league out there. You know, Mexico is not respected in Europe. It's not expected. I mean, it's not respected in a lot of Latin American countries, the South American countries. But it's a place where you can get your money up, and you can put put a gap on the resume, which is real good, man. But every time I was in Mexico, we won a championship. I won MVP. They showed me love. I mean, I had a good time out there. So
let me ask you. So now that you've gotten all of that, are you planning on continuing to play, or are you done?
You know what? I just put a post yesterday saying that I've been, I'm thinking about going back. I know I said this is what I said. If you go look, I said I know I can't go back to Europe, so I know I can go back to Mexico anytime I want. So anytime I just want to get my feet wet, I just go out there and just get rid of that itch. I'll go back out there.
What is it like being on the court? See, like for me, I love being on the stage. And if you're just tuned in, you're tuned in to Sundays at the Square. I'm sitting here with Coach Matt, who is the founder of Pro Elite Dreams basketball team based in Killeen, Texas. I have him and some of his wonderful teammates here with us. And right now we're just kind of talking about, chopping it up about his story. And then we're going to get more into what he's doing with Pro Elite. But back to the question that I had, like, what is it like when you get on the court? Like, is there an adrenaline rush? Like, what goes through your head?
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, it's a safe haven. I say that. I mean, it makes me feel good because I know I feel like I can't be stopped. So you
got a lot of confidence.
No. I mean, it's just when you play so long and you don't find nobody can really.
Can't nobody.
So that's not so when you go in the game, it's not. I don't think, like a lot of players when they get in the game, they think, I hope I do good. I know I'm gonna do good. I'm not. So that's automatically out the way. Now it's just about me getting comfortable.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Like with one of the things I said I wanted to do was to get around more singers, and so that I can build up my chops, like some really, really good singers.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, because what happens is you get comfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in the area that you in, you're like the top dog. So my question is, like, how do you keep your chops up if the area you in, there's nobody like really touching you, that can't really get with you? Like, how do you keep growing and getting better if can't nobody touch you? You
gotta have motivation, and it's always something that I find to motivate me in any little, and that's what motivates me. Like, it could be somebody who really geeks themselves up and thinking they can really guard me. That motivates me right there. It could be somebody in the crowd that motivates me. I'll find any little thing. I'll challenge myself. I'll be like, man, I didn't drive to the left this game. Let me do that. Let me see if I can execute this way. Let me see. I'm always finding different ways to just motivate myself while playing. It could be, at the time when I was single, it could have been a girl in the crowd. I'm always trying. If it could be one girl, she fine, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna try to drop 30, 40. It's always something that's gonna motivate me. Seriously. So It's never gonna get. Even though I'm comfortable, I'm never gonna be content. I'm gonna keep on pushing myself and finding ways to just keep motivating myself to become the best player that I can be. If one game I might want to work on shooting. One game, if I know the defense, they want to play aggressive, then I'm gonna drive in and get fouled. It's always something that I'm gonna find just to keep on, motivating me.
Okay. So now for our listeners that are tuned in, I want to ask you this. Okay, so you came back from Mexico. You had all of this started. In the meantime, in between time, you became a father. Right in the middle of all of this, so you became a father. In the beginning of all of this,
I had a kid when I was a senior.
You were a senior in high school.
Mm.
How did you balance fatherhood? How do you balance fatherhood with all of that you had going on?
I didn't at first. I was a bad father. I wasn't around, not that I wasn't around that much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was still trying to pursue, my college career.
Your own dreams.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, selfishly. And I was premature. So, I was still trying to learn how to be a father and adapt to becoming a man, and then in the midst of all that, I look good and all that. So girls like me. So then
here you go.
I was still having sexual intercourse. And I was having unprotected.
Wait a minute.
So I had more babies.
See, and that we can't play them kind of games because the world and stuff that we live in, STDs are real too. Just like
I had them before too.
See, come on, I appreciate the realness.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I got these kids here. They got to know the real.
Yes. So when you, okay, so let's segue into that. Matter of fact, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We're going to pay some bills. And we'll be right back.
We'll be back.
Wait a minute.
You know, like that?
Thank y'all for tuning in Sundays at the Square. We'll be back in a minute.